half, and I think the key to Central is they had a little success with the counter. They're not having any success straight ahead. They're not able to get to the corner, and I think if they come back with some counter action, that would be their best chance in the second half, but we'll see.
All right, and I want to remind you, if there is a South Jersey Group 3 final, we'll have it for you right here on Salmon's Cable Channel 2. If Ocean City can hang on, they'll play the winner of Brick Township Lacey December 3rd right here in America's greatest family resort. And this year it's been America's greatest football resort as the Red Raiders 8-0, trying to remain unbeaten. And of course they have a big Thanksgiving Day game with Middle Township, but that's not on their minds right now. What is on their minds is trying to build on this 3-0 first half lead. We do not have the clock. The clock is not functioning, so please bear with us here as we won't be able to give you the exact time left in the football game. James Wires, who put Ocean City in front, gets the second half underway, and he squibs. It's going to be fielded at about the 30 to the 35-yard line. That is number 42, Andy Parks, breaks outside all the way to midfield. So a good return for Central as we get ready to start the second half here, Ken Williams. We mentioned the senior quarterback, John Tice, has thrown for 6 touchdown passes this season, but Ocean City has had good defensive pressure. There you see Mr. Parks break a couple tackles and get the football out close to the 50, where Central will have good field position to begin the second half. They trail the Red Raiders 3-0 here at Carey Field in Ocean City. Tice is going to run the option, hands it out to Matura, and he gets about 5 yards. As that a play we did not see in the first half, Can, the option with Tice running down the line of scrimmage, and he pitches it out to Eddie Matura, who came in with an 8.8 rushing average.
Okay, looks like they were trying to get outside, and they're going to try attempt it with the option. Tice is a big boy. He's only a junior, 6'4", 190. He's not doesn't look to be the option type quarterback that we're used to seeing, but they had some success with that, picked up 5 yards.
Second and 5 for Central. They have yet to score a point in the playoffs. This is their third appearance. There's John Tice keeping the ball, and again, Ken Williams, looks like we're going to see the option in the second half as Central has decided to throw a wrinkle at Ocean City. We did not see that much in the first half.
No, we didn't. I don't know if they've shown it during the regular season either, but if they haven't, that'll require some quick adjustments by the Ocean City defense. And I assume what they're trying to do at this point is if they can loosen things up with the option, they can take, I guess it's Mr. Parks, Andy Parks, the fullback, and then try to break him loose up inside in the middle.
All right, big third down for Central. 3rd and 1, ball at the Ocean City 42-yard line. They're going to give it off inside. That was Tanberg on the carry. He's very close to the first down, and he may indeed have it. We'll have to wait and see. And yes, he does. We see the signal. First down for Central at the 41-yard line. Ken?
They took the tailback Maturo out, and they went with their 2 big backs, Tanberg and Parks that time. They moved them right up on the line of scrimmage, almost on the quarterback's rear end, and it was just a quick pop right up the middle, and they made the first down. Just made it.
Tanberg flanked out to the left this time. Tice is going to run the option again. Cuts it inside, and Josh Baker comes up and makes the tackle. The option is the wrinkle that's been introduced by Central to begin the second half, and Ken, they've had some success with it. Let's watch.
This is a little different option, Chuck. This is not a triple option. This is a dive quarterback keep option. He took the ball, he tucked it, the tailback stayed in the backfield. So that's a little different type of option than we saw before, where he has the option to pitch it. And that one, he either gives it to the fullback or he keeps it himself, and that's what he did that time.
Second and 5 for Central. This time they're going to give it up the middle to Parks, but he has no running room at all. That's number 76. That is Robert Layton, who has not played much this season for the Red Raiders, I don't believe, Ken. Let's watch it again. There's 76 right there. Robert Layton.
He was not even on our depth chart, Chuck. He gave us a couple other names that might play. He's a senior.
5'11", 225 pounds.
And I'll tell you what, he has stepped up big today. He really has.
3rd and 6 for Central. They have the football at the 36-yard line of Ocean City. They trail in the football game 3-0. Tice is back to throw. He's looking downfield. He's got a man incomplete. Incomplete as Dan Wagner made a good defensive play in the secondary, broke up that pass. Let's watch it again, Ken Williams.
Almost intercepted. He fakes the dive. He looks, so that's just a quick slant in. And he was right there. Wagner was right there, almost intercepted the football.
This defensive backfield, really one of the strengths of this Red Raider team. Of course, Wagner, Tarvis, and Joshua Baker. I don't think you'll find a better one in the Cape Atlantic League. Now we have a 4th and 6 for Central. Big play for the Red Raiders as they're holding on to a 3-0 lead. Tice is back to throw. He's looking downfield. He's throwing it up. Intercepted by Joshua Baker. Off a deflection. He's at the 30. He's at the 40. He cuts back. He's all the way out to midfield. Joshua Baker, the senior defensive back, who's done it all for the Red Raiders this year, picks off a deflected pass, Ken.
Big play, Chuck. That was a deflection. That was tipped before the ball got to him, and he made a great play. Went for the football. It went through the hands of the receiver, number 28.
That was Greg Lefevre, who was back in coverage that time. Good defensive coverage. He dropped back. He deflected the football. And once again, an enormous play from the heart and soul of this Red Raider team, Joshua Baker. 1st and 10 for the Red Raiders. They have the football at their own 49. Second turnover of the day. And there's the big tractor trailer, Kevin Sinclair. He's got some room. He gets about 9 yards. And Ken, for the first time today, that looked like the old Kevin Sinclair.
Yes, it did. It was the second back through. It looks like that Ocean City has come out here a little bit fired up in this half. Beautiful lead block in there by Josh Baker.
He does it all, Ken. That's why I love the kid.
Absolutely.
You see the block, he led the way for Sinclair. 2nd and 2. Stefan Davis calls the signals. They're going to give it to 43 again. And he's got some room inside the 40, all the way down to the 36-yard line, as Ocean City's powerful ground game that was bottled up in the first half, now starting to move the football, Ken.
Well, he's come out double tight, Chuck. Double tight, and it's here we come. Stop his football.
That's what they do. They say, here's what we're going to run. Let's see him stop it. And no one's been able to do it this year. 1st and 10 for the Red Raiders. This time they're going to give it inside to Tarvis on a counter, a little misdirection play. Tarvis still on his feet. He gives you 110% with every effort, although he got about 1 yard on that play. But a good call, Ken, as they went against the grain to Tarvis after they ran Sinclair right twice.
Yeah, they ran him twice, and I guess they figured that Central might adjust a little bit to that side, and they tried to counter coming back. But the defensive front of Central on that side was ready for the task. That was Jay Monturo, I think, the tackle on that side.
2nd and 10 for Ocean City. They lead 3-0. They want more. Stefan Davis going to roll out on the bootleg. We've seen that 3 times today, and that time the Central defense was waiting for that play, Ken Williams.
That was a straight run, Chuck. There were no receivers. That was run all the way. There was no option as far as whether to dump the ball to the tight end coming across. He intended to keep that from the snap, which brings up a big 3rd down play here.
3rd and 9. We'll see what Coach Degenhart runs here. Trying to build on a 3-0 lead thanks to a 25-yard field goal by James Wires in the 2nd period. There's big Kevin Sinclair. He's got some room. He runs over number 21, and he's close to the 1st down. I don't think he's going to have it. Going to set up a 4th and short, Ken Williams. Let's watch the replay.
Okay, I think he's going to miss that by about the length of the football, Chuck, but he again follows Josh Baker, number 24, right up through the hole. Baker clears away, and we're going to measure this, Chuck, but I think they're going to be about 6-8 inches short here.
All right, now, Ken Williams, what are they doing differently now that's allowing Sinclair to get some running room?
I just think that they're blocking better.
Holding their blocks. Exactly what Gary Degenhart said. He wanted the blocks to be held for a moment longer, and that appears to be what they're doing.
Let's see what this measurement brings, Chuck. I say it was about 6-8 inches short.
Right on the mark again, Ken Williams. His eyesight's pretty good. You may be retiring, but I'll tell you what, you're in the right profession.
I just wish my numbers with my bank book were a little better than this.
We want to mention to everyone, we'll have a triple header Thanksgiving Day. We'll play those back on Saturday, but we'll also have a scoreboard show Thanksgiving Day 1 to 2, special edition of the Betson Connection, all the high school football on Thanksgiving Day. We'll have a triple header next Saturday, Oak Crest, Absegami, Atlantic City, Holy Spirit, and Mainland EHT.
Here's a big play, Chuck.
4th and less than a yard for the Red Raiders.
He got it.
Stefan Davis fumbles the snap, but I think he got it anyway, Ken. It's going to be close. Looked like he had some problems with the snap. Managed to get the ball back, but the timing on the play was thrown askew.
I don't know, Chuck. I think he just tried to hit that a little quicker than he wanted to and didn't have it, and then he went back through on the 2nd effort. I don't really know if he's fumbled that snap or not.
Well, Sean McDowell says he has it, and if you trust an Irishman.
Plus, he wants to go to William and Mary, Chuck, so I know he's got to be intelligent.
I know you like those Irish guys. You're not going to disbelieve an Irishman, Mr. Mr. Williams. I know that. We will have an official timeout for a measurement here as Ocean City with a 3-0 lead. Got the interception from Joshua Baker. He's done it all year. And have now driven down to about the 25-yard line where we're going to have a measurement as Stephon Davis.
Left of the football, Chuck.
Ken Williams calls it once again. Right on the mark. 1st and 10 for Ocean City Red Raiders here at Cary Stadium, where they have a 3-0 lead over Central, and they want some more. Ken Williams. Ocean City's defense held Central 23 yards in the first half. Central came out, had a good drive in the second half, but Joshua Baker picked off a deflection, and this drive has resulted. Motion right. Stephon Davis is going to give it off to number 43, but that time he's going nowhere.
That was Big Paul Dasty, 6'1", 270-pound senior, who came across and made that tackle.
Looks like he's as big as the toll booth on the Garden State Parkway, that kid.
I think they had to pay twice on the bus for him when they came down, Chuck. That's a big play, though. That gives them a 2nd and 12. So Ocean City's going to have to come up with something now to try to pick up some big yardage on this 2nd down play. They are in 4-down territory.
Again, we don't have the clock. We can't give you the time left. Not functioning here. You'll just have to bear with us. 2nd and 12. Davis rolls out on a bootleg, throws the football. It's deflected, and it's incomplete. That could have very well been intercepted as Davis was trying to hit Kevin Sinclair. Looked like the play was there, but it was deflected. If we can look at it again,
that was
Ken
a waggle. He's looking for number 89, the tight end, right over the middle, who is open. You see the tight end right here, but it was tipped at the line of scrimmage, and
they were lucky it wasn't intercepted, because that was the same
yes.
kind of play that Baker got his interception on. 3rd and 12 for the Red Raiders. They lead 3-0. They want more. The ball at the 28-yard line of Central. Stephon Davis under the center. The backs are Baker and Sinclair. Sinclair's got the football, tries to break away. Gets about 2 yards. That's number 55 in on the tackle for Lacey. Stops Mr. Sinclair in his tracks pretty much that time.
That's a 4th and 10.
That's Lonnie Howell, 6 foot, 195-pound senior. And I'll tell you what, this Lacey defensive front has played well. They've shut down this Ocean City running attack as well as anybody this year, Ken.
This is a 4th and 10. 4th and 10 on the 25. And
what are you going to call, Ken?
Again, I'm going to have to bootleg it.
Loves that bootleg. Stephon Davis, and that's what he's going to do. He rolls out a little bit. He's got time. He's looking downfield. Ball's deflected. And it's caught. It's caught on a deflection by Danny Wagner. We had to wait for the official signal. Stephon Davis rolled out. The ball was deflected, but the opportunistic Dan Wagner was there. Let's watch it, Ken Williams.
There's a bootleg. The ball is tipped. The ball's thrown. It's tipped by number 21, and Wagner catches the ball laying on his back.
Never quit on the play. Tremendous concentration from Dan Wagner, 6 foot senior, 155 pounds. Ocean City's Red Raiders, they want more. 1st down, motion right. Stephon Davis under the center. He throws it out to Sinclair, but we're going to have a flag. Ken, I'd like to look at that play again, if we may. These are the kind of plays that make or break championship teams. Dan Wagner was lying flat on his back on the ground, but he kept his concentration and was able to get that pass. Let's look at it again, Ken. Stephon Davis rolls out.
That was a great tip here by number 21, Pete Roselli.
And look at Wagner, flat on his back.
Right, and comes up with a football.
He looked like he was sunning himself on a 9th Street beach.
We got a penalty here, Chuck, against
illegal motion, Ocean City. Set up a 1st and 15 for the Red Raiders. They're going to give it wide to Joshua Baker, and he's got some room. He's got the corner. He's down to the 10, the 5. Still no signal from the officials. Touchdown, Red Raiders. Joshua Baker will call it a 16-yard run. Takes it in as Ocean City is now added to his lead. Let's look at it again, Ken. He beat number 28 to the corner. I was waiting for the official signal. Touchdown, Joshua Baker, number 24. He set up the drive with the interception, and he scored the touchdown. The fine senior running back.
Outstanding effort, Chuck. He just beat him to the corner just with his speed.
And there's Myers on the extra point. It's up, and it's good. It's good. So, midway through the 3rd period here at America's greatest family resort, the score, the Ocean City Red Raiders 10, Central nothing. We'll be back with more right after this.
Great hold on that extra point.
You're clear. What a game, guys, huh?
Great
Yeah,
game.
can we come back to that extra point?
Back. What's that?
When we come back to that extra point, I want to show the snap. It was bad, and the Lefevre kid picked up the snap and set the ball.
Okay, stand by. Here we go. Come back. 5. 3, 2, 1. You're back.
Welcome back to South Jersey Group 3 Championship Football on Simon's Cable Channel 2. The Ocean City Red Raiders have a 10-0 lead over Central. Kenny, you want to watch the extra point again?
This is a great play by Matt LaFleur, the hauler. The ball was on the ground. He picked it up, set the ball on the tee perfectly, and allowed for that extra point, which at this point makes it 10-0, and that's a big play. That's a big extra point for
Well, that touchdown's a big play because now Central is really going to feel the pressure. They have not scored in their 3 previous appearances in the South Jersey playoffs, so they have to get off the schneid. There's the kick. It's fumbled, picked up, taken out to about the 35, up the middle to the 40, all the way to the 40-yard line. That's where Central will set up 1st and 10. Central came in 7-1 from Ocean County under Coach Dan Duddy.
They've won 5 in a row, Chuck. They lost their 2nd game of the year, or 6 in a row. They lost the 2nd game of the year to Raritan by 2 points, and they have not lost since. They play in the Shore Conference. I think they play in the B division, and they will play Thanksgiving Day against Lacey, who was the other team
this afternoon.
Yes, so the other team in the playoff against Brick Township.
1st and 10 for Central. Tice is back to throw. He's got time. He's looking downfield. He completes it out to the 45-yard line. Terrific high school football play. That was Tarner Barrett. Took the pass from John Tice and Ken Williams right in front of us. That's a big league high school football
Sure
play.
was. He delivered that ball on the money. This kid's a good quarterback, Chuck. Good quarterback.
Right there. Nothing you can do about that. That's just a perfect play. 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line of Ocean City as Central tries to answer back after Joshua Baker put Ocean City up 9-0 with a touchdown run. James Wires added the extra point. Ocean City has a 10-0 lead. Tyson's back to throw. He sets up. He's being pressured, and he's going to be sacked. He's going to be sacked by number 50. That's Andrew Bechtold. Gets his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Let's watch it again, Ken.
Bechtold's the inside linebacker. He runs a stunt, an X stunt, and comes through almost untouched and makes the tackle for a big loss, which is a key play, which now gives us a 2nd and 20 for Central, and they're almost going to have to put the football up.
5'11", 170 pounds, soaking wet. Andrew Bechtold, his 2nd sack of the afternoon for the Red Raiders. And this defense is really fired up, Ken Williams.
Yeah, they came out here in the 2nd half and stopped that first series. Big play by Josh Baker. Took the ball right up the field, took it right to Central, and the momentum is shifting their way, Chuck. And this looks like if they can stop this series, this could be a big victory for Ocean City.
All right, they set up a screen, and terrific pursuit that time. Number 42 for the Red Raiders. Stopped that play almost in its tracks, Ken Williams. Britton Busby. Let's watch it right here. They had the screen set up too, but look at Busby come up. He sacrifices his body. He slows the play down, and that screen was set up, Ken. If Busby doesn't do that, that may have been a big game.
Especially with the way that Mantuso runs.
3rd down for Central. Tice is back to throw. He sets. The ball's deflected once again. It's going to be incomplete. And Ken, that time again, Ocean City dropped off 7 men. So they're showing them different defensive looks. They're blitzing sometimes. On other downs, they're dropping back. They're mixing up their defensive schemes excellently out here today, Ken.
I think that was Sean McDowell on a tip, number 89. I'm not positive.
Ken, they only
yes,
rushed
it is.
McDowell on a
Yes.
tip, but they only rushed 3 men that time. The play before, they brought a blitz package. So the Ocean City Red Raiders showing Mr. Tice all kinds of different looks. It's going to force a punting situation for Central.
Very well coached, Chuck. Taught to get their hands up. McDowell got his hands up, tipped the ball, and caused a 4th down here.
Thomas Loudon will kick it away for Central. Good pressure by the Red Raiders. Josh Baker came close to blocking that punt. Ball will roll out of bounds at about the 23-yard lines where Ocean City will put it in play. You're watching South Jersey Group 3 Championship Football on Simon's Cable Channel 2. We'll be back with more right after this.
You're in black.
We need to get those spots in. I sold so many.
You got it, buddy. Anytime you call for one, we'll be in.
I sold so many commercials.
They don't give us much of a chance to breathe. We're going to come back now, Chuck.
Okay, baby.
In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You're up.
Welcome back to South Jersey Group 3 Championship Football on Simon's Cable Channel 2. Chuck Benson, Ken Williams. Fumble by Kevin Sinclair. It's picked up by, that's Tice. Touchdown, Central. So just like that, Ken Williams, lightning strikes the Red Raiders. Kevin Sinclair fumbled the pitch. John Tice picked it up and ran it in, and that is the first touchdown in the history of Central in the South Jersey Group 3 playoffs. Let's watch it again, Ken.
He just drops the
Just
football,
never got
Chuck.
the football, and Tice came right up and picked it up.
Yes, he did.
And Ken, that could change this football game. Ocean City had all the momentum, and it's as if a big balloon has been deflated here.
Well, it looks like they're going to go for...
Let's see what Central does here, Dan Duddy. That's the first touchdown, by the way, that Central has scored in their appearances here in the South Jersey playoffs. They had been shut out in their previous 2 appearances, and they get it on a turnover. They're going to go for one, Ken. Going to go for the extra point.
They still haven't scored an offensive touchdown, though, Chuck.
Thomas Loudon puts up the extra point. It's up. No good. It's just wide to the right.
That's
no good.
That's a big play, Chuck, because now if they attempt a field goal, they cannot win. They can only come up short. So
let's watch it again if we can bring back that replay before we go to the break, as Kevin Sinclair, if we can get the fumble again. He just never got the football in his hands, and the opportunistic John Tice was right there to pick it up. He ran in untouched for Central. There it is again, Kevin. Just never got the football.
No, it looks like it hit that spot that they have sand down that was wet, so it didn't even bounce. It just sort of hit and laid there, and it was ideal for him to pick up and carry in.
All right, you're watching South Jersey Group 3 Championship Football on Simon's Cable Channel 2. Chuck Betts and Ken Williams, the score in the third period. Ocean City 10, Central 6. We'll be back with more right after this.
Black, ready to come back?
Captain Jack, I'm ready when you are, buddy.
Here we go, guys.
Just got to get those spots in, brother.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You're back.
Welcome back to America's greatest family resort, where it is a Chamber of Commerce afternoon. We're in the third quarter. Ocean City versus Central. Central has just scored the first touchdown of its history in the South Jersey playoffs, and they trail Ocean City 10-6 as Loudon's going to kick it away. He's going to squib it. It's going to be picked up by Jason Tarvis. Going to try to crack something up the middle. The fine, hard-running Jason Tarvis takes it out to about the 30-yard line. So now, Ken, a critical series for the Red Raiders. They appeared to be in full control. The turnover, but I can tell you this, Gary Degenhardt's not going to be afraid to go back to Kevin Sinclair.
Oh, no, absolutely not. I think he'll come back now with what he does best. He's going to probably line up double tight and run the football and tell them, we're coming at you. You got to stop us to beat us, and do what they do best.
First and 10 at the 30-yard line. Kevin Sinclair and Joshua Baker in the backfield for the Red Raiders. Stephon Davis calls the signals. He's going to give it off to Baker, and the senior who scored Ocean City's touchdown, set it up with an interception, gets about 4 yards. That's a solid play for them, Ken. It's that stretch play we've seen other teams run. Ocean City probably runs it better than anybody.
Yeah, it's not quite that. That's an off-tackle power in the Delaware, but
he takes it wide.
Yes, it's designed to go wide, and they get a lot of mileage out of that.
Second and, we'll call it 6 for Ocean City. They lead 10-6. We have to be in the latter stages of the third quarter. There's the handoff to Kevin Sinclair, and he picks and chooses his way, gets about 2 yards. You heard Lucy Jones interview Gary Degenhardt at halftime. He says the players are all right, but I have to think that ankle may be bothering Mr. Sinclair's son.
Yeah, he's a little timid with that ankle, and I'm sure it's bothering him, but he deserves a lot of credit to this is a big game for the Ocean City program, and he's sucking it up and getting the job done.
3rd and 5, going to give it off to Baker off the right side. He stopped cold. He stopped cold by big number 78. The toll booth on the Garden State Parkway, Paul Dasty, 6 foot, 270 pounds, Ken.
Yeah, they have some tough kids up front, some big kids. There are 260, 240, 230 across that front.
Punting situation for the Red Raiders. Sean McDowell kick it away. Matero is deep, and he's dangerous. The ball's going to bounce in front of Matero. He's going to pick it up on the run.
He's got to return right on here, Chuck.
And he's got some room. Breaks into the clear at midfield. Flag down on a place down to the 45. We may have a clipping penalty as a good return, I think, by Mr. Maturo. And Ken, what's the call?
I think we're going to have a couple penalties, Chuck. I'm sure one is going to be either a legal block or a clip against Central, and I'm not sure what the second flag is. Second flag seemed to come in on his way down.
And we have a zebra convention at midfield here today. The officials been pretty busy. They've made some calls, Ken. I don't think they're over officiating. I think the calls they've made have been fair. In a playoff game, of course, you'd love to see the kids be able to play the game, but when there's a penalty, you have to call it.
That's exactly right. They've done a very good job today so far, and this is going to be a
clipping penalty against Central and a face mask against Ocean City. So 2 penalties on the play. Let's watch it, Ken. Let's watch it again and see if we can see the clip as McDowell gets the point. Eddie Matura fielded this with a full head of steam, and when you do that, you have a better chance, I think, of breaking a return. There's the clip right there, number 21.
Yep.
Good call. The official was in position, did not see the face mask penalty. Now, Ken, you can almost feel that this is a critical juncture here. Ocean City had the momentum. It may be slipping away some here. Now's where this defense has to shut down Central.
This is an interesting call, Chuck. I don't know how they're going to assess this.
No, here's what they're going to do. They may assess both penalties. Or they assess the clipping penalty against Central.
I don't understand.
Now, Ken, I think they may assess the face mask penalty against Ocean City. Whatever the case, we'll tell you when we come back. You're watching high school football on Simon's Cable Channel 2. Chuck Betson and Ken Williams. I believe that is the end of the third period with the score. The Ocean City Red Raiders 10, Central 6. Now let's go to the Betson Connection Calvi Electric scoreboard.
I got the explanation of the penalty.
1, you're up.
Welcome back to the South Jersey Group 3 semifinals from America's Greatest Family Resorts, where the Ocean City Red Raiders take a 10-6 lead into the fourth quarter. And Ken Williams, you were going to explain the confusing scenario we had that ended the third period.
Okay, after the punt, Chuck, there were 2 penalties. One was a clip against Central, and one was a face mask against Ocean City. The team with the football at that point, which is Central, has the option. They can enforce both penalties, which would be a re-kick, or they can decline the face mask and keep the ball with a 15-yard penalty. They elected to keep the ball, and that's in essence what happened. They declined the penalty to keep the football, even though they were penalized 15 yards, but it gives them the ball.
Kenny Williams, right on top of the story, as he's been all year long. Kenny's done a terrific job. I hate to see this high school football come to an end, and it's not, because if Ocean City wins, they'll host the South Jersey Group 3 Finals on December 3rd. Going to give it off to Eddie Maturo. He's got some room outside, but he can't get away. That was number 30, Timothy Quinn. Good outside containment. Dropped Matura for about a gain of 1 yard. Tim Quinn's played a fine game today, too, for Ocean City, as has this entire defense, Ken Williams. In essence, the Ocean City defense is still pitching a shutout because Central scored on a defensive touchdown.
That's right, and their outside linebackers have been done exceptionally well, as has their inside backers. And what has impressed me the most, Chuck, has been their secondary. They've tipped 2 or 3 balls.
They've been terrific all year. They've just 2nd and 9 for Central. Tice is back to throw, play action, throws it, and he's got his big tight end running free. He's down inside Ocean City territory to the 39-yard line.
That's James Zellman, 6'3", 210-pound senior. Tice faked the handoff, had a lot of time to throw, picked up his tight end coming across, and hit him with a perfect strike.
Let's watch that again if we can, because that's a terrific high school football play, very hard to defend. As the tight end got behind the linebackers. Big gain for Central. Here it is, Ken Williams.
Yeah, he's a tight end.
It's play action. 2 good play action fakes. Froze the linebackers, and the tight end was wide open.
And the tight end comes from the other side, Chuck. He fakes the handoff, sort of rolls slightly to the left. The tight end comes from the right side, clears under the linebackers, which he did, and that was a big play.
1st and 10 for Central. That's Eddie Maturo on the carry. He's got some room, breaks 1 tackle inside the 25-yard line. Eddie Matura, who came into the game with a fine average, starting to get some running room, and now Central appears to be gaining some momentum, Ken, after that defensive touchdown. 1st and 10, a ball, we'll call it the 25-yard line.
Yeah, it looks like Ocean City's going to have to come up big here, Chuck. They've done it all year, and there's no reason to believe they won't do it here today.
John Tice calls the signals. He's back to throw. He's got time. He's got his tight end wide open for a touchdown. Touchdown Central. John Tice to the tight end, James Zellman, wide open, and that puts Central in the lead. Ken, if we can look at it again. Play action, he faked into the line of scrimmage, froze the linebackers again. Zellman all by himself, touchdown Central. They now take the lead.
That was a 25-yard down touchdown, 25-yard touchdown pass, Chuck, and very well executed. He's holding the linebackers with a play fake, and he is an excellent quarterback, Chuck.
Yes, he is. He's 6'4", 190 pounds, and with about 8 minutes left in the fourth period, the score is Central 12, Ocean City 10. We're going to take a timeout. We'll be back with more right after this.
We're in black.
Trying to see where he came from.
You guys want to come right back out?
Give me a little break. Give me about a 20-second break.
You got it, buddy.
I don't know where he came from.
He came from tight end.
Yeah, but which side? Both
Well, the play fake set up the play.
Yeah.
Because the linebackers were both totally frozen. All right, let's go. Let's go.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We're back.
Welcome back to South Jersey Group 3 Championship Football on Simon's Cable Channel 2. We're in the fourth period where Central has just taken a 12-10 lead over Ocean City thanks to a 25-yard touchdown pass from John Tice to senior tight end James Zellman. And now they're going to go for the extra point as Thomas Loudon will try to make it a 13-10 ball game. We do not have the clock operating here at Ocean City, so we cannot give you the time left. There's a snap from center. Kick is up, and it's good. It's good. So Thomas Loudon adds the extra point, and that gives Central a 13-10 lead. So, Ken Williams, Ocean City appeared to have this game totally under control. The turnover changes momentum, and now we'll see if the Red Raiders can come back. It's gut check time for Gary Degenhardt's squad, and I know Gary's got some guts. I know his football team does too. We'll see what happens here, Ken.
They say that your team is an extension of the head coach, and Gary's a fighter. He's a hard-working guy, and he's instilled that attitude in his players. And there's no doubt in my mind that these Red Raiders are a little bit down right now, but they're far from out of this ball game.
13-10. As Central struck twice, once on a fumble return by John Tice, and again, John Tice, the tight end, James Zellman. They got off the schneid. We had mentioned they had not scored a point in their previous two appearances in the South Jersey Group 3 playoffs, and all of a sudden they explode for 2 touchdowns, Ken Williams.
I'll tell you, John Tice has been a big factor. He picked up the fumble for the touchdown, and he's completed 2 key passes on that drive. So he's been a real plus for Central.
All right, the punt is fielded by Ocean City. On the fly, that's Nicholas Layton, a sophomore. Made a good return that time. Set up good field position for the Red Raiders. Brings it out to the 44-yard line, Ken. 1st and 10. There's plenty of time left. No reason to panic here.
And good field position, Chuck. Good field position.
Although I'll tell you, Sinclair has had trouble running against the 2 big defensive tackles for Central. And they're going to give it to Sinclair. And again, he tries to go up the middle, Ken, but it's just not there, as there's 2 tackles on Central. Paul Desti, number 78, and Jay Montera. Between the 2 of them, there is almost 500 pounds there, Ken Williams, and difficult to run against that kind of size inside.
Yes, it is. And he's limping, Chuck. It's a little bit noticeable. I'm sure he's in pain, but he's giving it all he has.
Motion to the left. Stephon Davis calls the signals. Going to give it off to Josh Baker up the middle, and he's upended. He's upended close to the 50. We'll give him a gain of about 2 yards to the 49-yard line, and set up a big 3rd down for the Red Raiders. We'll call it 3rd and 6 for Ocean City. See what Coach Gary Degenhardt calls here, and he has had some success with the naked bootleg.
I think he's got the wide side to the top, which is the right side. I would not be surprised if he doesn't run it again.
There it is. Davis back to throw. Has a man out there. Incomplete. The ball bounced in front of Dan Wagner. Good call by the officials. Incomplete. Wagner was there, but the ball touched the turf before it got to the receiver. And that'll bring up 4th down, Ken. Gary Degenhardt's going to punt it away.
Has to punt it. It's still early in the 4th quarter, Chuck. He has a lot of time left. He has to punt it and hope now at this point that he can put Central deep in their own territory, hold them, and get the ball back.
Sean McDowell back to punt for the Red Raiders. He gets it away. It's going to bounce in front of Eddie Montour, and he's probably going to let it roll dead. Just outside the 20-yard line, and that's where Central will put it in play. 1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line, Ken Williams, and now the Red Raider defense has to come up big and try to create a turnover.
Yeah, this is a big series here. They've got to get a 3 and out here and see if they can't get that ball about midfield and start again.
There you see Ocean City coach Gary Degenhart and his staff. They need a big defensive stop here. The defense has played well all day for Ocean City. Came up with 2 turnovers already today. Andrew Bechtol's played a good game. He's had 2 sacks. John Tice is going to give it to Montour, and he's got room. Gets about 7 yards on the carry as he runs over the left side. Josh Baker on the tackle, and he's shaking up. He's played his heart out here today for the Red Raiders. Number 24, as he always does. Seemed to got the wind knocked out of him a little bit, but they're going to need more than that to get that kid out of the game.
We got a penalty
an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty against Central. Crucial time for that, Ken. I did not see what happened, but I saw the referee give the signal, unsportsmanlike conduct.
I didn't see a flag, Chuck. I still don't see a flag out there.
I think that may have happened after the play.
It was evidently somebody said something or did something, and that's a dead ball foul. So that means that's 15 yards and loss of down. So that's
wow. That is a big play in this football game because Montour had about 8 yards on that carry. Instead, now we have a 2nd and about 17 for Central. John Tice brings him up to the line of scrimmage. Montour is going to try to find some room outside, but it's not there. He's stopped cold. Set up a 3rd down for the Red Raiders. Again, number 30, Timothy Quinn in on the tackle.
It's going to force Tice to put the ball up, I'm sure, Chuck. And the last series, he threw the ball very well.
Ken, I want to ask you now, you coached 3rd and 15. You're deep in your own territory. You have the lead. Do you want to pass the football here?
Do I?
I'm putting you in his shoes right now.
I would try to come up with something very controlled, whereas if you're not going to take a deep drop and it's going to be a highly...
a safe pass you think he's going to run. Yeah. Guess what? They're going to run the draw. I didn't think he was going to put the football up. As Montour has it, and again, number 30, Timothy Quinn in on the tackle, and that'll set up a punting situation for Central. So, Ken, the key there, the unsportsmanlike conduct penalty against Ocean City really hurt, but we may have a flag here, too.
I think we have a face mask against Ocean City, Chuck. I didn't see the flag again, but I saw the face mask.
That's indeed what it is. A face mask penalty against Ocean City, and that'll give Central a 1st down all the way out to the 35. Let's look at that again if we can see the face mask. Ocean City had the play stopped.
And I think that was a good call, Chuck. It looked to me, I saw from here, I didn't see the flag, but I did see the face mask, and that's a big play.
So 2 big penalties, one against Central, one against Ocean City. It's pretty much a wash. 1st and 10 for Central at the 35-yard line. Going to give it off to Parks up the middle, and he gets about 2 yards. That's a big face mask penalty there, Ken Williams, as that would have been a punting situation deep inside of Central's territory. Ocean City would have had good field position.
Yeah, he puts Sean McDowell back in the ball game here. He's been resting him, I guess, or Josh Rowe, I mean. He's been resting him defensively. He's got him back in the game. It's a big series for him.
2nd and 8 for Central. They lead in the football game 13-10. We can't give you the time. We know we are probably midway through the 4th quarter as Matura gets the call. And there's a fumble on the play. The Red Raiders have it. The Red Raiders have it. The opportunistic defense. Matura fumbled. He's still down. And Ocean City has it. They'll have a 1st and 10 at about the 36. Let's try and see it again. Josh Baker coming off the field holding his arm. See if he was in on it. He's just around everything else.
It was either Baker or Bechtold that recovered the fumble.
Let's watch it again if we can see it, Kenny. Matura gets the ball, tries to break it off to the right, and you see the ball come loose. And that looks like the 4th of July on an Ocean City weekend. Here's Stephon Davis rolling out. He gets away from pressure. He's looking for McDowell downfield, and he has it. He caught the football at about the 24-yard line. Stephon Davis rolled out, found his tight end, 6'5", 210-pound senior Sean McDowell. That'll be a 1st down for the Red Raiders. The football just inside the 25, Ken Williams.
And that was a big play by Davis. He had to beat that end, and he beat the end of the corner, which allowed him to pass.
Stephon Davis brings him up. It's going to give the football to Kevin Sinclair. He's got some room inside the 20 to the 18-yard line. Kevin Sinclair, the workhorse for this Red Raider offense, has the football down to the 18. Let's watch the replay. Ken, play's been successful all year. Kevin Sinclair picks and chooses. It'll be 2nd and 5.
Just right up the gut.
Josh Baker's going to take it outside on that off-tackle play, and he's down to about the 15-yard line. Close to the first down, Ken Williams, but I think he's going to be about a yard short.
Again, we're in 4-down territory, Chuck, so he's got 2. Looks like Baker's down. He's got an ankle here or
Got a little bit of an injury, but I guarantee you number 24 won't come out of that football game unless it's serious.
Got to come out for one play, Chuck, but I think he'll be right back. It's either a cramp or an ankle, it looks like, but it doesn't look like anything serious. And we had a leg cramp is all it is.
Leg cramp, so I guarantee he'll be back.
Yes.
You know, Ken, as we look at Joshua Baker, this Red Raider defense has been opportunistic all season long. They needed the turnover. They came up with it right there. I remember a game against Cumberland. They blocked a field goal and ran it back for a touchdown.
That's a sign of a good team, Chuck, that when their chips are down, they can come back and make the big play. I understand there's about 5 minutes left in this fourth quarter, so the time is running down.
3rd, and we'll call it a yard and a half for Ocean City. They trail 13-10. They need a first down. They gave it to the big workhorse, Kevin Sinclair, and he's got the first down. Number 43 runs off left tackle. That's good enough for the first down. The ball will be at the 11-yard line of Central. Ocean City got out to a 10-0 lead, and then Central stunned them like lightning. 2 scores, Ken Williams put them up 13-10, and now the Red Raiders trying to take the lead. And there, Ken Williams, I think we're going to have the 4-minute warning.
Yes.
That's what you told us we would get.
That's it right here. That's a 4-minute warning.
4 minutes remaining in the final period here at Ocean City High School, Cary Stadium, with the score, Central 13, Ocean City 10. We'll be back with more right after this.
You're in black.
Can you get him in here, Coach? To send a play down?
It's only worth about $3,000 to me if we have another game.
All right, we're getting it.
Coming back, guys. Ready?
Let's go, Jackie.
In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You're back.
Welcome back to South Jersey Group 3 Championship Football on Simon's Cable Channel 2. Chuck Betts and Ken Williams. Here's the scene. We're at Ocean City High School, where Ocean City trails Central 13-10. There's 4 minutes left in the football game. The Red Raiders have it 1st and 10 at the 11-yard line. Ken, key there. They can get a first down without a touchdown.
Yes, they can. And they're also in field goal range, Chuck. And again, this is a sudden death game.
Jason Tarvis gets the carry, and he's going to be upended. He's upended. Fumbled the football, actually, and Dan Wagner made a good play to get on that ball as the ball came out of the hands of Jason Tarvis on an inside reverse. Ball came free, and Dan Wagner got on the football. That'll set up now, Ken Williams, a 2nd, and we'll call it 12 for Ocean City. They can get a first down without scoring. See what they run here. They went to Tarvis that time, and Central was ready.
They're unbalanced left here, Chuck.
Going to give it to Sinclair. He's got a little bit of a hole, but it closes quickly at the 10-yard line. Sinclair had a slight opening there, Ken, and I think if he was 100%, he could have broken through there and scored, but that's that ankle injury just hurting his game a little bit today.
And I can't say enough about Kevin Sinclair.
He certainly has gutted it out today in his performance.
Yes, he has.
Call it 3rd and 11 for the Red Raiders. They trail 13-10. They can get a first down at the 1. Stephon Davis is going to roll out. He's got McDowell in the end zone. Incomplete. Incomplete. He was looking for Sean McDowell, had him open, but couldn't get the football to him. So now on 4th down, Ken Williams, Gary Degenhart's going to go for the field goal again.
Absolutely. Again, it's a sudden death game. If he can make this, it ties it at 13. It forces Central, if they want to win it in regulation, to put the ball up, and anything can happen when you put the ball up, Chuck.
All right, this will be, the ball is at the 19. This will be a 29-yard field goal attempt. James Wires, ball's down. The kick is up. No good. It just falls short. So James Wires' attempt had a 29-yard field goal, just fell short, Ken Williams.
Yes, it did. He had plenty of distance when he kicked at the other end. He just didn't get that one. It seemed like it was on the mark, but it was a little short. And there's probably about 3 minutes and 30 seconds now. Ocean City has 3 timeouts left, so they have to stop them, use those timeouts, and hopefully get down in here and try to score again.
Were you surprised he went for the field goal, Ken? It was a good move because he had made it earlier, and you pointed out, with sudden death overtime, good move to play for the field goal there.
Absolutely. That was the only move to make. Unfortunately, it fell a little short.
First and 10 for Central. They lead 13-10, and they have the football. They want to run the clock out. Ken Williams pointed out Ocean City probably try to stop it now as Parks get the ball on an inside carry, gets about 1 yard, bring up a second down, and we'll call it 10 for Central. Ocean City not taking a timeout yet. I guess that maybe he wants to save one.
Yeah, I think if he stops them on this series, I think he might see a timeout after the second and the third, and that leaves them 1 when they get the football back.
Second and 9 for Central. They trailed in this ball game 10-0. They struck quickly on a recovery of a fumble by John Tice and a touchdown pass from John Tice to his big tight end.
That's a 4-minute warning, Chuck. The other stoppage was a timeout. That's 4 minutes right there.
All right, that's the 4-minute mark. And again, we're operating without the clock here at Ocean City. We apologize. That's why he's not calling a timeout. There's still plenty of time left, Ken.
Yes, there is. And that was a nice play in there by Greg Lefevre, the linebacker, on that tackle, which gives him a third down. Tried to strip the ball and made the tackle, just didn't quite get the ball out of his hands.
We'll call it 3rd and 5. Big play here for the Red Raiders and for Central. Central would like to keep the football so they can run the clock. Ocean City wants it back. Big defensive play for the Red Raiders here. 3rd and 5. Tice brings Central up to the line of scrimmage.
And they're coming, Chuck.
Here comes the blitz. He's going to get it off to Maturo, but he's not going to get the first down. That's number 30, Timothy Quinn on the tackle. What a game he's played all day long for Ocean City. He stopped Central short of the first down. Thus, it's going to bring up a punting situation, and Ocean City takes its first time out. Ken, good clock management by the Red Raiders there. They knew they had some time left. They waited till 3rd down. Now they're going to get the football back.
That's exactly right. He gives them 2 timeouts. They should get the ball back somewhere around midfield. Again, with the type of offense that they have, they don't throw the ball real well, so this is going to be a very interesting finish.
All right, now Ken, right here, I would not be surprised if we see Ocean City go for the punt block.
24, Josh Baker.
Josh Baker can do it. He's come close twice. Now, the problem is it's a gamble because if you do go for the block, you take the risk of roughing the kicker. But you know the kid has the ability to make a big play. We'll see if Coach Degenhardt opts to go with the rush or tries to set up a return.
I think I personally would go for the block, Chuck, at this point. If nothing else, you'll force the punter to get the ball off maybe quicker than he wants to, and it could result in a poor kick.
And what a football game it's been here today. I want to thank Ocean City Athletic Director Paul Lefevre for his fine hospitality. Great crowd here, perfect afternoon. I'll tell you what, I don't know where I'd rather be, Ken Williams. I don't know about you. 4th down for Central. Thomas Loudon's going to kick it away. Let's see if the Raiders come with the pressure, Ken.
I think they are, Chuck.
Watch Josh Baker on the outside on the right.
They only have 1 man deep here.
He's coming. Didn't get to it, though. Loudon gets it away. He's going to roll dead. Now Tarvis is going to pick it up, gets it out of bounds. That'll stop the clock. So we know we have less than 4 minutes remaining. It'll be a 1st and 10 for Ocean City. They have the football on their own 48-yard line. Ken, they have not had much of a passing attack this season. We'll see what they do here. There still is time to run the football because you have your timeouts.
Yeah, I'm sure there's a little over 3 minutes, Chuck.
Let's see what Coach Degenhardt and company do. Stephon Davis brings him up. He's rolling out to his right. He's being chased. He's looking downfield. He throws the football, and it's intercepted. Intercepted by Central as number 21, Pete Roselli, picks off the Stephon Davis pass. Now that'll set up Central big 1st down, big turnover there, Ken.
Pete Roselli's the one that tipped that ball earlier, Chuck, that fell in Wagner's hands. He's played a fine ball game in that defensive secondary, and that now really puts the pressure on Ocean City.
We can watch it again. It looked like Davis had time. He had his receiver. Good defensive play by Central.
Yeah, the receiver was there, Chuck, and Roselli just stepped in front of him and intercepted the football.
All right, we'll come back to that replay after this play. First and 10 for Central. They have the football. Probably about 3 minutes left. Tice is going to keep it on, trying to run the clock, set up a second down. If we can go back to that replay and look at the interception again, as Stephon Davis rolled out, had some time, rolled away from pressure, was firing downfield. There were two receivers in the same area there, Ken, and that probably set up the interception.
Yeah, they put at least one extra defender there, which made it a little tougher. But again, Pete Roselli, a 5'9", 180-pound junior, stepped in front of that ball and has put Central in the driver's seat now.
Second and 9 for Central. They have the football and the lead, and the clock is on their side. Parks on the inside. Ball comes loose, but I believe they're going to call him down as the Red Raiders trying to tackle that football now. Set up a third down for Central. Ocean City wants to take a timeout here as coaches were signaling, and they get it. That's their second timeout, Ken Williams. They have one more remaining.
Yeah, they're going to have to take it. If they stop them here, Chuck, they're probably going to have to take a third timeout before they punt the football and hope that they can break one, or when they get the ball back, break that big play, because the time is definitely not on their side right now.
Well, they got the turnover they wanted, but Pete Roselli, 5'9", 180-pound junior, will be the toast of Ocean County tonight because he came up with a big interception, Ken.
Yeah, he's made a couple nice defensive plays.
But again, this game is not over. This Ocean City team has shown heart all season long. They've shown the ability to create turnovers. They can turn the game on big plays. See what they come up with here, Ken.
Okay, I think the official just told them they have one timeout left, and I think he said there was about 1 minute and 41 seconds.
All right.
So we're down inside 2 minutes.
Inside 2 minutes, we'll tell you 1:41. Ocean City can stop the clock one more time, and this will be a big third down. If Central gets a first down here, they're going to win the ball game. So Ocean City has to stop them here to try to get the football back, see if they can come up with a late rally. 3rd and 6 for Central. John Tice, who's been the man in the second half for Central, calls the signals. He's going to give it off to Matura. He's close to the first down, but I don't think he has it, Ken. He's going to be about a yard short.
He does not have it, Chuck.
And that'll set up a 4th down. Ocean City coaches trying to signal for a timeout, and they finally get one. So they get the timeout they wanted. 4th and a yard. Now, Ken, if you're Central here, you punt the football or do you try to get the first down?
You punt it.
All right. You want to punt it away because, let me tell you, you want to make them go 90 yards instead of 50 yards.
In fact, if I was Central, Chuck, I would probably, since time is out, I would probably, if I had to, I would go up to the line of scrimmage, and if I have to, I'd take a delay of the game penalty and hope that Ocean City might jump offside.
We saw that earlier where they tried to draw Ocean City out offsides with that formation, and they may indeed come back to that. You're watching South Jersey Group 3 Championship Football on Salmon's Cable Channel 2, where less than 2 minutes left in the 4th quarter. The Ocean City Red Raiders are unbeaten, record on the line. They trail 13-10. They get off to a 10-0 lead, and Central storm back to score 2 second-half touchdowns, and they now lead 13-10. 4th and less than a yard. This is the football game right here, and they're going for it, Ken Williams. They may try to draw them off sides as they did before. Gutsy call by Coach Dan Duddy, and Central has it. So he gambles. We're not far from Casino City. Dan Duddy comes in here, 4th and less than a yard. He goes for it, and he looks like he has it, Ken. That's a gamble on his part.
Yeah, it depends on where they spot it, but I think he has it, Chuck. Very, very gutty call. I don't know if I would have.
You would have kicked it away. I would have kicked it away. But hey, when you want to win the playoffs, you got to gamble a little bit.
They're going to measure this, Chuck.
Here's a replay again, Ken, and
they're going to have to measure this. I don't think
look to me that he got to the marker. But again, I don't have the kind of eyesight you do.
I think he's going to have about half the length of the football, Chuck.
And that's exactly it. Ken Williams has been right on the mark all year with his eyesight, and unfortunately for Ocean City, he's right again. And with Ocean City only having one timeout remaining, Ken, going to be very difficult now.
Yeah, we're down inside. The clock is running now. They have only one timeout left. So at this point, Central can fall on the football, and the game is over. They just have to guard against any type of turnover, and that's what they're going to do. They're just going to take the football and kneel down on it.
Here it is, John Tice, who's really been the story here for Central. Ocean City looked like they were on their way to the South Jersey Group 3 finals. They had a 10-0 lead end of football, but Tice picked up a fumble, ran it in. That gave him the momentum, Ken Williams, and then he found his big tight end, James Zellman, for what will turn out to be the game-winning touchdown.
That was the spark they needed, Chuck, that turnover, and they came back and scored on the next series, and Ocean City has not been able to respond.
2nd and 12 for Central. They're on their way to the first playoff victory in school history. They've had 2 other appearances. They had not even scored in that playoff game coming into the contest today. And I want to thank our fine crew for the job they've done out here at Ocean City. The crew chief, graphics director Thomas G. Skull, technical director Country Jack Hagan. On the pan camera, Perry Mortally. On the field camera, Lamar Clark. And on the sidelines, Lucy Endzone Jones, who did a terrific job. And there it is. Time has run out here at Cary Stadium, where the final score is Central 13, Ocean City 10. Heartbreak for Ocean City's Red Raiders. But I will tell you this, Ken Williams, it was a terrific football game. It's been a great high school football season here on Salmon's Cable Channel 2. Kenny, the difference really, Kevin Sinclair, the turnover, he's been great all year, but that changed the momentum a little bit. It got Lacey Central back in a football game.
Yes, it did. One key play, and they picked up the fumble, and that changed the whole momentum of the game. Ocean City seemed to have things under control. They had just stopped them on a 3-and-out, and it was a situation where they had to come up big, and with Mr. Tice throwing the football, Central went right up the field and scored, and Ocean City has nothing to be ashamed of.
And there's Kevin Sinclair, and he feels awful, but what a year he's had, and it by no means is his fault what happened here. He just never got that pitch correctly, and that sort of just gave Central the momentum they needed, and Central's defense played a real good game too, Ken Williams. I thought their 2 defensive tackles bottled up Kevin Sinclair well, and he never was really to find the running room
Take a break.
he's been able to find. You're watching South Jersey Group 3 Championship Football on Salmon's Cable Channel 2. We'll be back to wrap things up right after this.
We were running out of tape on that reel, so we'll come back to do your final close.
Okay.
On the road to Damascus,